One of my show business friends, Tom Dreesen, wrote an autobiography. It's called Still Standing, and it's great. And normally I'm not a book reader per se, not an avid book reader. A book has to have my attention. I'll get back to that later. I met Tom Dreesen in Chicago, Illinois at a celebrity golf tournament called the Illinois Fatherhood Initiative. And I'd known who Tom Dreesen was for years, and I've always been impressed with his talent. Even more impressed at this event because he was the nucleus of the event. He had a lot of demand on his time, and I was overwhelmed by how charismatic, how generous he is, and what a gentleman. I mean, people wanted autographs and pictures and so forth. He made time for everybody, and he makes that moment he spends with you. You're the only person in the world at that point in time. When I heard he wrote a book about his life, I knew I had to get it, so I went on Amazon and got the Still Standing. And I expected a lot out of it and exceeded that. I wanted to hear the Sinatra stories or read about them, and they're all in there. They're hilarious, things I never heard about are in this book. But what really got me, and it really touched me, was looking back at his life growing up in the difficult situations on the south side of Chicago. And it wasn't a thing of looking back and saying, oh, this was hard, even though he recognized his situation he was in. He looked at it at a perspective of just a kid who woke up every morning, and it is what it is, and he did what he did as a kid, and he made his way, and it went through his life and the decisions that he made and the people that he met and how he became who he was in show business. And there's a lot of funny stories that lead up to that. And one of the most interesting things was when he got into LA, he was part of the 70s comedy scene when it was really starting to take off, and the Comedy Store story where he was one of the influential players in changing stand-up comedy to where it is today. I never knew that. Every chapter had something in it that I didn't know before about Tom Dreesen. It was funny, and it was very touching and meaningful. So even if you're not in the comedy business, this is a great story about a great man and a wonderful entertainer. It's called Still Standing. It's by Tom Dreesen. It's available on Amazon. Click and get you a copy.